There's thousands of HubSpot partners that are out in the marketplace that they could leverage. Like, how should they be looking at different consulting partners to see if they have the technical chops and if they've got the strategic ability to help that organization get on board to HubSpot? What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's really easy. They should just use SmartBug. That's it. No,
Easy.
I do. I have a pretty good checklist here, I feel like. First of all, that mapping, defining which, not just a process mapping, but also having a defined organizational need structure. What are you really trying to get out of it? Is it just that the marketing team we don't have good analytics there? Is it really that, hey, we have a bloated tech stack and we want to reduce that? If you really nail down what are the organizational needs, what are the organizational objectives, and how do those tie into a possible move to HubSpot, I think number one, that goes a long way. When you're evaluating partners that can help you do that, man, that is key. The other thing is I would definitely assess healthcare knowledge and experience, specifically around compliance. So, and this is where it's vastly different. I used to work in the partnership space at HubSpot, and I used to see it all across the board. Having a partner who has, let's say, third-party HIPAA certifications, believe it or not, you could actually go get those as a not just HubSpot partner, but a lot of different services partner. It's not something that I see a lot in the HubSpot space today because it's so new, but having a partner, for instance, like at SmartBug, that we actually have a third-party HIPAA certification that specific onboarding teams go through. So it's held to a different standard in that regard. I think from a compliance standpoint, having things like your HubSpot partner should have a legal team or some sort of legal team to run things through, somebody who can navigate GDPR, someone who can navigate HIPAA and PHI, a partner who can work with your legal team to define, hey, where do you fall from that HIPAA law standpoint? I say that as not a lawyer, right? But in working with a lot of healthcare organizations, depending upon how their team interprets those guidelines, you can fall a little bit less strict or a little bit more strict. And having a legal team from a partner standpoint help you navigate that can really go a long way. I think a couple of other things are being able to look at data security and privacy best practices. If your HubSpot partner can't provide you with that and if they can't say, hey, how do we, if you ask them, how would you handle patient data? If they can't share that with you or how they're doing that today, that's a pretty big red flag for me.